I'm about to go over my past 4 years here at METSA and what it's done to me and how I've changed from when I first entered. It's my personal statement. It's a bit long. I'm not going to read it all to you guys. That's my family, and a really big family, unfortunately. When I came into freshman year, I didn't expect to go through all the things I've been through these past 4 years. It's been a very different experience than I thought my high school experience would be. Some bad, some good. I was very motivated when I came in freshman year. I'm going to be very blunt about this. I lost motivation I had to be pulled on track a lot of times, but I managed. Coming from a big family, sometimes things do get a bit rough, and I've learned a lot that you have to be able to deal with that and manage school, and I think later in life, this is how you always have to be able to manage outside of life, personal life, everything like that, and I've learned a lot about doing that these past 4 years. That's basically my personal statement. Okay, this is my internship. These are just pictures of like me doing things. My internship I did for an orthodontist. I've been very unsure about what I was going to end up doing throughout these 4 years. I've changed my mind so much. I came in freshman year, I was so sure that I was going to want to be a surgeon, a cardiac surgeon to be exact. But things change, people change. This is what happened to me. Some of my options was to be an orthodontist. One main reason why I wanted to be an orthodontist is because I had my braces. I've been going through treatment for my mouth since I was in the 4th grade, and I've been through a lot with them. And something about it, being around it for so long, and finally getting my teeth and jaw to be exactly how I needed it to be, it was very exciting. And I wanted to be able to do that to someone else and let them have a perfect mouth. Well, mine's not perfect, but almost perfect. So I decided to do this. They taught me a lot of things. It was a very good person. She set me up with a very great person, Dr. Thames, to internship for. They taught me how to mix the name of the teeth. I got to work with patients. They let me practice. That turned out okay. I got to interact with a lot of people. It was very great. They were very wonderful people. I really loved it. But doing that, it was the same thing every single day, and it was, I'm not going to say it was boring. I don't want to bash on them at all, but I found out it was something I was not very interested in, so I automatically got to cancel that off. So it did save me money, I guess, so I wouldn't have to go to school for that, only to learn that it wasn't something I wanted to do. But they did let me make, you see right over here, I got to make, it was actually my mouth, and I got to make it. It was very fun actually making that, and very different. I got to sculpt it and use all those little fun tools. It was all last semester that I got to do it, and I learned a lot from it, and a lot about what I didn't want to do. This is my capstone project. There is the finishing product. Basically, I decided to speak for the community room. I stayed here in Turner, and her name is Miss Martinez, is the teacher. We at first discussed a whole bunch of things she needed done. She needed a lot of things done for herself, but mostly she really wanted this done because if you see above here, she has a lot of science paintings above it, and it didn't really stand out as a community room. People didn't really realize it's a community room. So she wanted something to make it look different from Turner because people outside of Turner came into that room a lot. So she wanted originally columns, huge columns, but when we were brainstorming and researching all that stuff, it wasn't going to be able to get done that way, unfortunately, because I had to get approval through Mr. Weiser and the district to be able to put something on the wall. He gave me restrictions about how far it could come out, how big it could be, and it just wouldn't work out the way she wanted it to be. So it didn't come out exactly how she wanted it to be, but it came out to where it was okay within the restrictions and how she could have had it. We put approximately about $130 into it, and I didn't do any fundraising, which I should have, but I didn't. My parents paid for it. Thank God for them. But overall, it was a very hard project for me because there was times where I did feel like giving up on it because I didn't know how I was going to do it, how I was going to stay within the restrictions and her be happy with it and still do it. We ended up using wall glue to glue on the wood, so it's not damaging the wall, and she can take it off whenever she likes. So that's a good thing. And we painted it white so it could stand out a little bit. Once I said we did, my dad helped me, and it was my first project ever really doing it by myself and building something. That was that was different too. But it got done, and it looks really good now. So if you ever pass by the community room, please see it and just know I did that.
Did we get to sign on it?
No, I didn't sign on it. I should have. I didn't think of that, but I should have. This is my resume. Originally, it was like 2 pages long resume, and she told me it cannot be 2 pages because people don't want to read that long. They won't read that long. They won't make it to the second page at all. They glance at it for like 5 seconds, and that's about it. So I put the major things. At the time when I made this resume, I was seeking a medical field internship, so that's why I have it on there. This is like an example. Whenever I get to go back and change it for whatever I'm applying for, we can do that. All this stuff is going to be my education, gifted and talented, AVID program. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be an AVID this year, but I was in it for the past 3 years, and so I put it on there. METSA, everything it taught me, put on there too, and my LUBAC. And this is just everything else, the volunteer skills, work experience, and awards. It was very hard to put that into one, but we managed. These are the learning outcomes. This right here. These learning outcomes, we do get graded. It's all 4 years we've been graded on this stuff, so I had to learn to really, how do I say it, manage these. I wasn't very good at presenting when I first started off here. I didn't know how to work with other people as well either. I had to learn that the hard way. Because you do have people that never want to do the work, and sometimes you are the person that doesn't want to do the work. So you have to learn how to manage your time. Communication was very hard because some people don't have cell phones. You have to stay in touch with people while doing projects. And that was actually the hardest part here for me for some reason. Communicating with our team on who was doing what, when it was going to get done, who was going to it never turns out how you want it to turn out. Sometimes it really sucks. Critical thinking. The projects did require you to think a lot more than I was used to sometimes. Sometimes you're too lazy also, you don't want to have to think that much, but they require you to. It did expand my thinking in a lot of different ways. Curricular literacy. It taught me a lot about computers, a lot about just a little bit of everything, communicating, computers, technology, everything. It's good for jobs, future jobs too. I can tell them that I know a little bit more about things now because of this program. I've gotten to, my past 2 jobs I've gotten right away because I was in this program, and it looks really great because it teaches you so many different things all in one. So it doesn't, because Biomed and AMAT focus on just certain things. Biomed is just a medical, and AMAT is just your video and technology. And this focuses on so many things that it looks great on a resume. So it's managed to get me jobs. This is a letter of recommendation. Miss McKee's no longer here, but she did my letter of recommendation. I hope to be soon adding a lot more as I get older. I do want to keep this as your portfolio as I do get older and add on and just use it for whenever because it's very great. I'm glad you made us do this because it helps out a lot and it gives people it makes you look so much more organized and gives people a better judgment of you, basically. So. This is my contact. I didn't put my METSA email, but I put that email.
Fine.
My stuff. This is my presentation. So, thank you.
I didn't see anything about your future plans, so you need to talk about what you're planning to do after high school.
I've decided that I'm going to go into the business and fashion industry. Working in retail this past year and a half, I've learned I really do like clothes and fashion, and I'm really good at that stuff. In business, because business is something, it's a general thing, and you can branch off into just about anything with business. And so because I'm so undecided on something like particular in what I want to do, I figured business can give me so many opportunities in case I decide something's just not working out for me. Because I'm very indecisive. I have been these past 4 years, and then I still kind of am, like right now. And I know it's the end of senior year, and I shouldn't be this indecisive, but I am. And so I'm deciding to go into business as my major because it's just something that I can branch off into so many different things. So
Where are you going to school?
I decided on Brookhaven to do my basics. Then I want to transfer to TWU to get my the fashion out of the way, the 2 years of fashion, and then transfer to UNT to do my business. So see how far that takes me, and see if I can stick to that plan. That's basically what I want to do. That's my 6-year plan, I guess you could say.
I had a question about the future, but you hit it right there about what you plan on doing. What would you say is the best thing that you got out of this program? One thing you would walk away from and say that you could use immediately in the real world, as they say?
Communication. Being able to talk and collaborate with people is very important. I didn't realize how important it was until I started working and actually hitting 18 and just trying to grow up. I didn't realize how important communication, being able to talk to people in a well-mannered way and knowing the difference between your friends and business people, how to carry yourself. It's very important, and that's something I'm going to walk away from here knowing and being very good at. So it's something everybody should know how to do.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Do you feel that I'll rephrase. How do you feel your life would have been different if you hadn't come to METSA? What would have been different in it?
Some ways, there's good and bad to me. Sometimes, there's always that what if, like what kind of path would I be on, a better path would I be on, a worse path. Overall, it was good because I went through a lot in this program, struggled, I've done, and it taught me a lot about myself, the kind of person, and it did form me into this person. I'm pretty content with the person I turned out to be, so I like it because it changed me. It's a part of who I am. But I feel like without it, I would be a completely different person, completely, because she pushed me a lot of times. So yeah, I think I would be a completely different person on a completely different path. I don't know what kind of path it would be, but I know it wouldn't be this one.